All right, what up, what up, what up, what up? Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy, the famous, most notorious, most amazing Tyree Sneed, CEO of Sneed Enterprises, most successful man who's ever walked the planet. All facts, all concrete facts. I have all documents and receipts. I have all bank receipts to prove every claim of which I've made, to prove everything I've ever stated, right? Never made a claim. I proved myself correct in the world. Hell, in jail and on camera, right? Like I said, I'm a million and 0 in the street, 10 and 0 in my own boxing league, and this is what I do. You understand? And it's 100% real, and it's just that simple. Give me a minute. This hair is coming in nicely. Super clean. So fresh and so clean. Real talk. All right. So, like I said, I'm the real Bruce Wayne, Tyree Sneed. I'm Batman. How are y'all doing? How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're doing well out there. Hopefully you're making a stand, man. Because again, what America and the world will come to realize, regardless, at some point here, is that we have no choice. There's no choice but to make a stand. I'm just way ahead of my time, and I'm way ahead of the curve, and I'm way ahead of all of you. It's like the Joker said. See, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve. It's the truth. These so-called civilized people, it's all facts. What he's kicking is all straight facts. You understand? So, and it is the truth. These people are convenient. The world is convenient. We have a super fake world now. I don't think that it was always like that. I've noticed that there's just a lot of inadequacy, if you want me to be real. I've noticed that this generation, even the older folks, is nowhere near up to par intelligence wise, intellectually, anywhere close to the past generations. I'm like one of the few that's on a whole different level. Most people, I don't even know what people are doing anymore. I don't know how they do things. I don't know how they get by. I have no idea. It'd be amazing, especially when you have a bunch of folks that get by without working. That's even crazier. And I see other people posting about that, and it's kind of true. I mean, how do these people make it without working? I work 24 hours a day pretty much building up my own company, right? Being Batman, being a public speaker, being an activist, being a gangster, being the mob, doing what I do. This company, I just realized this and found out this, and I know it's true and 100%. And I actually found the company name. It's called Palantir. And this company works with the government to surveil, and they give all the information directly to the government, and they try to predict what they call behavior patterns, which is what Batman does all by myself, and I'm way better than them at it. And I don't have to surveil to accomplish it because I have a gift. I study human behavior because I had to. See, I don't really react anymore. I take notes. I take notes of what people do. I just pay attention, I observe, and that's it. You understand? And then, it is what it is. We go from there, because I'm going to win no matter what, right? I outsmarted all these companies. I've already realized what it is. Like I said, they can't move, they can't advance. Got them right where I want them, right? So the Batman is on top of the world. Like I said, I'm good. I'm Gucci, free, good in the world, completely free, sovereign. Have nothing to do with corporate America. That's the whole point. Like, no, you got no business talking to me. You understand? Especially if you're not going to get to the point. You know what I mean? So people just have to understand that's the way it works. I don't owe anybody anything, especially corporate America, especially the government. I owe you nothing. You understand? A lot of people respect me because I make a real stand, because my position is very real, and I'm 100% in the right. I'm a human being. People need to talk to me as a human being and treat me as a human being. You understand? It's all about energy. If you come with the right energy, we good. But the minute that anyone, it doesn't matter who it is, starts getting on that other energy, right? We don't tolerate nothing over here. Okay? You will not repeat my words back to me, right? That's what they do. They try to repeat my word. Yeah, we don't do that. You're not going to try to say what you know I'm going to say ahead of time. I don't play games like this. You understand? You're just going to understand who's in charge now. You're just going to understand who the boss is. That's the reality. Straight up. You know what I mean? So, like I said, you know, you heard of Manifest Destiny? Well, I've been reading about it. You understand? That's what you're in. This isn't Chicago. This is the Wild West. It's reality. You're looking at it. You understand? So, at the end of the day, I'm going to win no matter what. That's what folks don't understand. I'm going to win no matter what. The way that I get there doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't. You all know how I got myself into this position. It's the false claim that 50 Cent made when he said, I blah, blah, blah myself into this position, but he didn't. You want to know who did that? Who really did that and got into this position because of that with pure power? Me. Tyree Sneed, just like they took every story of my surviving and my survival and things I went through and tried to revamp and create a fake one. That whole story about him with what happened with 50 Cent is fake. It's a lie. It's a charade. It was just to try to one up what Tupac actually went through and overcame. All shout out to Pac. So, like I said, this is the thing, you got people, they get on YouTube like Tone Space and talk about IQ levels and make false claims. I mean, somebody with an IQ level that's above average, even, okay, let's get real here, Tone Space, is not going to be homeless, is not going to be in New York only. And when they travel, they only travel because, well, they're taking losses. It's like just with the other dude, the cyber dude, somebody with an IQ level that's above average isn't going to make false claims and say false statements and then lose and then never show their face on the internet again because, well, obviously they're ashamed of the loss they took or the fact they got caught in all their lies. I'm just being real. People are not going to do that. And if it was something like for court purposes, well, you're just being too much of a goody two shoes because you can always access the internet unless you're really in the wrong, unless they say you can't. But I mean, you got to do some serious stuff to get in that position, right? See what I'm saying? Everything I'm kicking is a fact. Like I said, somebody with an IQ level that's above average. I mean, let's go over your situation, Tone Space. I mean, you've been homeless in New York for decades. Like I said, you live off Section 8, you live off a voucher. Super easy to see, common sense, right? You get other people to provide for you. I believe that you get money occasionally sent to you by the Red Triangles, the organization that you're a part of, which is an underground illegal organization. Again, this man's name on the internet is Tone Space. Nobody watches his channel. Nobody knows who he is, but you can go check him out, right? He makes these weird rap albums that are very repetitive. The titles don't make any sense. They're not even coherent. He doesn't seem to understand. We've tried to give you a chance to speak over here even. You never made coherent sense. You ran. Then you ran from this cyber dude in New York, right? Then, like I said, he tried to file for an active restraining order against your fake girlfriend. Real life is not in cyberspace, correct? Right? And then you ran into him and saw him in New York and you basically ran away. You ran away. That's what you did. So, you never had any credibility. You were scared of Steez, right? Everybody knows that. You ran from Steez. Then in Austin, you ran from me, and then got with this same troll group and started role reversing and saying that the opposite of reality happened. When did that happen? What are you talking about? Like I said, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, they're sitting there seeing reality in front of them, but they have the audacity to go online and start just getting in a group and typing things they know aren't true. What would that accomplish? There's no purpose. So that's what I'm saying. With me, there's a method to my madness. With you all, it's just madness for no reason. This is madness. This is Sparta. It's madness. It's maniacal nonsense. Like I said, Tone Space, you never sold the unit. You never succeeded. You put up doctored photoshopped fake screenshots of false statements claiming that you sold albums, that you made album sales. You did not. You make a big deal about music distributors. I'm a CEO of my own independent distribution company, music distribution company, whether you like it or not. The website, right? I own it regardless, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create all new stuff for it. I'm going to revamp it, but it's worldwide regardless, and it's just going to go worldwide again every single time because I'm mad successful and because the gift is me, right? So I'm going to give it a new name. I'm going to revamp everything. I'm going to update everything whenever I feel like doing it. But either way, that site carries my music and it saves it for me. And it should be fine. Now, if you remember in the past, there was an attempt made on that site as well, which ties into this federal lawsuit. So that's why the way that I'm talking, the way I'm handling things makes perfect sense. Because no, there was an attempt where they actually contacted the company, right, of that website, and they tried to pose like they were me to try to get my website shut down. So for a period of time, and they'll do it again, watch, they'll just keep doing these things. And you know what that is, and we don't tolerate that in this country, right? So you have to be aware of what's going on. I'm not ever speaking out of place. I'm addressing the things that are happening, right? And we have actual wannabe hiding fake jokers that are doing these things, right? So yeah, they posed as me and they actually got the website shut down for a minute, and I had to contact them and tell them, you need to put up my site now. I'm not even asking you. You need to put my website back up, right? I did not contact you. I did not tell you anything. These companies, they claim that they have security, but the security is only meant to lock you out of your account so you can't pay for what you own. And they do it intentionally. The security is not actual security. It's only designed to not help you. When the customer is supposed to always be right and you're supposed to help the customer. So I don't worry about any of these things because anything that's done, it won't matter. It's irrelevant. They'll have to reinstate my website regardless. Okay. Even if a courtroom has to tell them to do it. Okay. Again, anything that I own, any asset, any business, right? It cannot be tampered with whatsoever. Anything that has been, like all of those situations, I'm filing a federal lawsuit and I'm going to win. Okay. So, like I said, people in the public have no place doing these things. They have no control. And this is the thing is you want to talk and you want to speak, but you haven't earned a voice. I mean, you all can't even talk, you know, without committing a crime. I mean, that's surreal. I mean, that just means that you clearly have no basis, no position, no credibility, no reputability. And in this radio game, you have to have credibility and reputability. It's just what it is. Number one, right? That's the biggest thing of all time, right? And that's my thing. Like, no, there's very precise rules for this radio game and how it works. You talk with reality. Like I said, you catch up to my content. We've established reality. We've spent years doing it. I spent years speaking publicly. All my points are proven. I have the whole world in agreement with me and behind me. What's goody? You all have no answer for me. You understand? You can continue your behavior. Your behavior is not an answer for reality, nor is it an answer for me, nor is it an answer for anything. And you're wasting your time. You understand? And the more that you exhibit this behavior, right, like tone space, right, you continue to take more losses. You continue to take real losses because of God and because of karma, the karmic debt that you've created for yourself, right? You continue to fail. You continue to epically fail. You continue to lose. You all continue to deal with your karma. You continue to go through everything, right? Like I said, in this world, evil people get what they deserve. It's no mystery, right? Like I said, these companies, corporate America, I believe are all tied in, connected, and they work with underground illegal organizations, and they work with gangs, meaning actual gang members, right? Just like they did in Chicago with that Zach TV situation. There's no fear here. We run the streets, and you're nobody, and you're all soft. You're not going to ever do anything about it. None of you. Trust me, it's like that. I'm built like that. So again, when I call out y'all's companies, understand I'm the most powerful man in the world. You want to challenge my authority? Try me. If you do challenge my authority, any of you companies, any of you people, especially when I'm exposing you, right? I will go out my way to make sure that I get your company completely shut down. None of you will ever have a job again, and you will not make a dime. It's that simple. Okay? So see, right now they're already playing games. Right there. While I'm speaking, there was electronic means right now, there was a crime committed. Not joking. How is that? There's nothing funny about that. What is the purpose of this? Like, really? You're really serious? Like I said, this is what they do because they cannot deal with a real grown man. They cannot deal with reality. And you think that we have a choice to make a stand? We have no choice. These people are doing these things of their own accord. They're trying to hide while they do it and act like they're anonymous and invisible. None of you are anonymous and invisible. Why do you think they're doing those things? Because I'm spot on and I'm literally right on it. Like I'm getting it right on it. Like I'm spot on. These people can't move. They have no options. I got them all right where I want them, right? And corporate America, all these companies that I'm naming and exposing, I'm the man who shut down Empower Network. I exposed them publicly, right? I'm a master of infiltration. Let's just get that straight right away, right? I don't care what you do, dude. What you're gonna do. See? Nonsense. So, like I said, at the end of the day, companies don't run nothing. These folks don't run nothing. I run this. That's what you have to understand. So again, this is all my land, right? And you just have to understand who's talking and what's really real. And this is the thing, the way that we move, right? We're so powerful that it doesn't matter who steps up, who comes against us, right? We win every single time. It's the truth. And folks are all get a rude awakening quickly, like that, quick. You understand? So, like I said, I'm the mob, right? I don't come to play games. I'm 100% what I am, right? I move like the mob, right? Like I said, these people don't even understand. I can recruit people from the hoods and the ghettos and the suburbs. I'm getting people, more people behind me in my movement every day. This is a movement, okay? I don't have followers. I already know how to stay out the way and do this the right way because I always do it the right way where you can't even lie on me. I'm not going to play your games, and you're not going to play with me. None of you. And I'm telling you straight up right now, anybody in the world, I don't care who it is, if they play with me, yes, they're going to be in for a rude awakening. And you're going to understand who you was playing with quickly. And you're going to lose every which way but sundown. And you're going to realize not to play with me. That's how this is going to go. Yeah, there's no fear here. Not of corporate America, not of this corrupt government, not of any of you folks or you people, okay? Especially folks in the street. You're just civilians. You're an obstacle. I ain't worried about you. So see, this is real, right? Let other people live the way they want to live. They want to live like cowards, let them do it. I'm not fronting and pretending. I'm not you. Okay, Hanbai? So like I said, for me, I love it. So like I said, back to topic. Found out that that's the name of this company, right? This company surveils, right? And they gather intelligence on people, yet their employees, right, lack that. Because if you were intelligent, you would know not to do these things. You would know not to tamper. You would know not to play games with folks. I'm just being honest. You're doing this. And now we're going to turn the spotlight on you and point the finger at you, all of you. And now I'm going to publicly, completely oust y'all's system, your system of fake control, your illusion system, right? I'm coming for everything. By the time I am done with you folks, the Freemasons and the Illuminati, right, will have nothing and nowhere to run and hide. This is what you don't understand. What you should have done was walked your own direction when we told you. You should have backed up. You understand? We told you what it is. We told you who I am. Since you all didn't, ooh, goody. Now it's my turn. You understand? And I know exactly what I'm doing. Remember, Batman is extremely tactical, proficient, efficient, and I am extremely precise, and I do not make mistakes. You understand? And I do not bluff, and I do not play games. Again, this organization will not play games with anybody or anything about any matter. You understand? We run the streets, we run all these neighborhoods, we run your home, we run everything. We protect you while you sleep. Like Tyler Durden said, don't play with us. Nobody. You understand? Oh, this is 100% real. You understand? I will never backpedal, nor have I. Go ask Tone Space. Remember Tone Space when you tried to say that I backpedaled? When? Exactly. Who backpedaled? You backpedaled in San Antonio and you backpedaled in Austin. All you do is backpedal. You backpedal with this whole situation. You know what I mean? Brother, you're the one who looks funny on camera, not me. You understand? Like I told y'all, your group, all y'all, you have a bad habit of looking funny on camera. When's it ever happened to me? I've been speaking my mind for going on almost 2 decades, well over a decade. I mean, nothing's ever been done, nothing ever will, because it wouldn't be real anyway. Y'all can't even come in a real energy. Y'all can't even get your act together. Like you can't. It's like 50 Cent said, you can't go to from an island. You can't do it. Y'all are on an island with what you're talking about. Y'all are so far from the matter at hand and reality at all times. What are you speaking for? You can type to yourself whatever you want. It's irrelevant to me. That's all I'm saying. It always has been. I don't have time. I got time to focus on the matters at hand. You all will be typing till the end of time. That's fine. You know what I mean? I could care less about that. You know what I mean? I'm not in the iCloud. I'm out here. See, that's the thing. It's just respect for reality, which is what you lack, which is very odd. I've never seen anything like that. But like I said, it is what it is. A lot of folks need some, serious help, and it just is what it is, and there's no confusion about it whatsoever, and that's all. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, right? Um, it is what it is to me. Feel me? I could care less. I could care less. Real talk. So, how'd I put it? I mean, you know, I think it's funny. I really do. I think it's funny because, every day I'm basically progressing. I mean, not basically, I am progressing. I'm progressing nonstop. Every day I'm increasing with God in my faith in every aspect. There's a reading going on right now. It might be over by now, but it's divine confirmation that there's an opportunity coming. It said something about they're going to choose me over their friend. I don't know what that is. There's some opportunity with money that's coming. That somebody out there, and I'm predicting it right in front of you, and you're probably listening, whoever you are, that I don't even know who you are yet. But there's some money opportunity that somebody's given me because of all the hard work I'm doing here, which I know it's going to pay off at some point big time. I just don't know when or how. That's in God's hands. But he's given me hints and told me that it is going to happen. And that's what it said. It said that that person is going to choose me over their friend for some kind of position or something. Hold on. So that's great news. I'm happy about that, right? That's awesome, right? Um, the sooner the better. That's all I can say. I mean, any of y'all can offer me opportunities. I mean, what needs to happen out here, what I'd really like to happen, that was real nice. It's just ridiculous. Rocks. I got my other little shoes on right now. Put on my other socks. But yeah, hopefully we can use this platform and avenue a little bit down here locally. If anybody's listening locally, if you're in the area for the valley, right? If you have like actual work, like labor, or y'all need help with like little jobs and stuff, like I've done different things. I've been on like painting jobs, not really my thing. I don't like stuff like that, but labor, picking stuff up, stuff like that, I can help. Like, all you got to do is just pull over and talk to me or figure out how to reach me. I'm usually doing the same stuff in the same areas. Not hard to find. I don't hide from nobody or nothing. I don't run from nothing. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna actually put some real money in my pocket, I mean, you're not gonna take advantage of me. You're not gonna waste my time. But if you have me work with you, like, on a job, and you pay me decently, something, like where I at least make like $50 for the day or something, and work, and it's not too crazy. Like, I'll do stuff like that. Real talk, I did manual labor most of my life, and you already know I'm strong as hell. So, like, when it comes to picking stuff up and all that and everything, I'm the man. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, I'm not trying to like go all out either, because that's how you get. That's how you become like Charles Walford. Real talk, it's facts. That's how you end up with his situation that he's never gonna ever get through or deal with. And it's funny because he keeps putting it off. Brother, I already know that problem is way out of control. And we all go through things, don't get me wrong, like, it's not your fault. Maybe it is. I don't know what happened to you, but you know, that's a pretty serious situation, brother. If you don't get that thing looked at and get checked out and really figure out what you're going to do, you just keep putting it off because, well, you don't have any money and nothing. I mean, that's the thing, brother. I mean, how long are you going to keep on moving like this? You're more focused. This is the problem with folks. Their priorities are all the way jumbled. You're more focused on worrying about me and the fact that I've already succeeded, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, you're talking about you're doing this and that, but it's all fake and you're just trying to copy what I'm saying. But my business is here. My business is established. My business is successful. I still take risks within my business and what I do. I'm not afraid. I'm not living in fear like you. And I have a business and I talk and I turn words into money. I get paid if I talk about you and your mishaps. I get paid for whatever I talk about, something, right? I make a little something every day. It's getting to the point I'm making a couple of bucks a day, which is pretty good. Not only is it pretty good, but it's amazing in the long, scheme of things, because the farther we go with this, it's like I basically kind of keep making money quicker. And that's what's going to happen, I believe, is this is going to get to a point because of my persistence and ambition and drive and perseverance, seriously, where I am making decent money. And that's what we're working towards. That's why I'm going so hard. Decent money doing what I love to do and doing this. And this is all my own business. I don't have a boss. I don't answer to nobody, nothing. I just have these Masons cut my check and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. They pay me. I work for myself. I'm Batman. I do my thing. I'm the divine enforcer of divine law, and I get my little money. It's not much, but in the grand scheme of things, if I showed you the amounts of every check that I've made here, yeah, that's quite a bit. Actually, that is getting up there in totality. Now, was I able to save any of it? No. I've been making a living off this the past, what, 2 going on 3 years? Pretty much the whole time as Batman. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I had the little cooking money. I had to spend it on stuff because of the games that were still being played, the same nonsense, right? And I put some of it into becoming Batman, and it worked. And then I just went full time this after everything happened, and I stuck with it, and I was determined, and it worked. I make like a couple of bucks a day, but that's pretty good. I mean, that's amazing. I was never given an opportunity. I created my own opportunity. That's pretty good to create your own opportunity and have an opportunity like that, you know, where it can become more and more. If I go hard, I have the potential to make $5 in a day. You know what I mean? If I go super hard, I mean, I think it is possible. I don't know if I've done it on here or not, but probably. But I mean, it's possible to maybe make $10 a day. But on here, when they pay like 100th of a cent for like 1,000 views, yeah, that's pretty impressive, bro. That's not pretty impressive. That's downright surreal. And that's the whole point is, no, I'd rather work for myself. I'm content with making a little money. I mean, I'm not content or satisfied. I need more money, but I've done it this long and it's my own business and I believe in it. And like I said, it's helping so many people. It's saving lives. It's just accomplishing so much for folks that, that means more to me. Like, this is all activism. I'm an activist. People want to be me. You know what I mean? Like I said, these same folks, they want to put on their descriptions on YouTube, right? When they don't even have their own channels and all they do is worry about me and my every move and what I'm doing. And they want to put on there that they're me, that they're an activist. You were never an activist. I've been doing activism my entire life. Same thing that they said Bruce Wayne does. Bruce Wayne was an activist. How do you think all this came about? It's all about my story, right? So I'm a very active member of my community, no matter what. Right. And that's the thing. When these people look into me, they're probably like, oh man, like we done got the wrong dude upset. Yeah. Like you'll come to realize that like I'm everything I say I am. You'll come to realize that like no, like I'm never out of character. Like that's the thing. Like I'm tired of words getting twisted. They're doing the same thing with Mr. Jackson. He's just getting a small taste because of what happened, of what I've been through for decades. He's like, oh, I'm receiving this, bro. That's nothing. I've been receiving like 9 million of those every day for years. Nobody cares. These folks don't do their job. They do nothing. They don't care. And that's just what cowards do. They get online and they type. You think that's easy to experience or go through though? That's why I don't deal with nothing. Oh, I already shut down that inbox too. I'm not going in there ever again. I already made a promise to myself. And I blocked those emails from all these entities that are doing illegal activity. I'm done. I'm done with your system. I'm done hearing what you got to say. I'm getting ready to go, and it's that simple. Straight up. I'm going to make sure that I stand up for myself. You 100% right on that. And I'm getting ready. You know what I mean? Because our whole stand is with God, and it's against the corrupt government. It's against the corporate structure. It's against all these Satanists. What the hell is that? Hold up. It's against all these Satanists and this demonic system. And that's exactly what it is. Hold up. I gotta see what that was. So, end of the day, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, truthfully, I really don't know what to tell y'all because y'all are, you know, you're so dependent. I mean, these people who are part of the Red Triangles, these people who are part of these illegal underground organizations, they're so dependent upon the little funds that they all have to throw together to barely get by. You understand? They're so dependent on coming online and talking fluff and writing checks they can't cash that are getting them nowhere. See, they don't even have nothing else to focus on, so they go to me because they look at me as everything, and it's odd because I have nothing to do with them. Never met them. My whole ideals and beliefs are totally opposing. Like, no, 2 + 2 = 4, brother, and that's it. And these people can't deal with that. For some reason, they can't deal with reality. And what you can and can't deal with, no one cares. The world doesn't care. Nobody cares. You know what I mean? And for sure, God don't care. God cares about what's real. God cares about the folks who are good people and acknowledge reality. If you don't acknowledge reality, bro, how are you going to succeed? If you don't say, hey, yo, I'm happy for you, man, you accomplished something. You put your all into it and you did it. And that's what I've done here. If you can't say that, how would you ever accomplish anything? See, this is the thing. Y'all been doing so much talking, but you ain't said nothing. That's why I always told you. What are you saying? You ain't saying nothing. That's what y'all do. Jive talking. Y'all just be talking to talk. You have fun with that. While you're doing that, I'm getting all this money. While you're doing that, I'm building up my own companies. I'm compounding businesses. I already have the logo for everything. Sneed Enterprise has the logo. Everything is independent. It's an idea. The government will never put their hand in any of my money. You can tell them I said it. I don't care how this government feels about nothing. You understand? No. I've overpowered them 100%, and I'm more powerful than y'all. And that's just the truth. And I'm literally sovereign and above the law now. I do what I want. Seriously. And that's the only way to live. That's been the goal. It was never my goal. It just became the goal recently, and I realized it wasn't a goal. It just happened. And now it is what it is. So, like I said, I don't care what folks say because y'all ain't me. Y'all aren't Batman. So you don't live the way I live. You don't move the way I move. And this is really the truth. You know what I mean? Like I said, y'all see what I want you to see on here. I don't use perception management. I don't have to. But y'all see what I show you. And that's it. You don't know anything about me. Clearly, you've underestimated the hell out of me, like I've told you. And you keep consistently being shown up and continue to lose. Remember they used to do them videos talking about he caught my crew, blah blah blah. Well, yeah, I mean any crew I would. I'm gonna win no matter how many folks it is and where I'm at, because I'm Tyree Sneed, bro. Like I'm like Jack Reacher in reality. That's exactly what I'm like. So that's the thing they don't get. Like Batman is adaptable, bro. I don't even have to have the bat suit on to be the same dude. Like it's like Tom Cruise said when he's like, "You're gonna let me out of here." Here's how he said, "You're gonna get a phone call and you're gonna let me out of here." I've been in situations that are literally like that. Like you have to understand, you when you have a system that's this corrupt and this no good, you create entities like me that you can't control and that are like supernovas because that's the conditioning that you created. See, the government, they want to create conditioning, but it's okay until they create something they no longer can control and deal with. And that's all that's happened here. That's what Batman is and represents. This is 100% real. What do you mean? It's been put to the test already a million times. Don't sit there talking as if all of the past hasn't happened. Oh, no, it's been put to the test. I'm tried and true. I'm well tested, right? I'm all well documented, and I win every time. So I can't lose. I'm never going to lose. I'm going to keep on winning. And it is what it is. I kind of want to buy this little land right here because there's like nothing just right here. That's like the only area. There's nothing and there's some little woods. I want to buy it. I could buy it and I could build a home on it with Christina if I wanted. And I could buy the house right across from it because it's literally right across from that house I want. I want the house. Like that house I literally do want. And I won't tell you which one it is. I'll tell Christina. I won't tell y'all nothing. I want to buy it. It's got plenty of rooms. It's very spacious and I've never been in there. But like I can't wait till we get our money. Because that's the thing. Like we're gonna get ourselves a cool little home. I just don't know, honestly, I don't know if I want like the next home that I get, because like I said, I've done independent real estate my whole life. I've sold 50-acre properties, all that. I've done everything. So I've done digital real estate, everything. Like I teach y'all the game. I give y'all jewels, but you don't want to listen. So my whole deal is like from my next home that Christina and I get, because we're actually going to purchase a home together. You know what I mean? Even if it's with her money, like her money is our money. She's giving me entitlement to everything, and we share everything just like I do with her. Anything that's mine is hers completely. I have no problem with that. Right now, I'll say that and no qualms. Like I trust Christina with my life. I could care less. Like if I was wrong, I know I'm not. I trust Christina completely, and I'm willing to do that and take that risk. And that's what love is. And it's the only way you get love is taking the chance. So these people, you'll never know what love is because you're not willing to take that chance because you're living in fear. You might want to listen. You might learn something. But again, when I get this next home, honestly, like if it was down here and we got a home, I just have to look. I'd have to look at prices. I might want to do that one. I want several homes. That's the thing too. I want different spots, but like not in the same town probably. So we would have to look around. If we do get a home here, which is possible, I kind of might want to live in the Brownsville Country Club, possibly because I used to like it. Always thought it was cool, and that park is right there behind it. They took out the dip bars. I can't believe they did that, and that was must have been some jelly stuff. They did it on purpose because I would work out there too. And I used to go there all the time. But it's a trail and you can run and you can bike. And she wants to ride her bike and stuff. So I'm going to show her that trail. And she might love it. It's where the beautiful water is and there's ducks and everything. It's a different area, but it's beautiful. And it's centralized to everything in Brownsville. And I like the country club. Starbucks is right there. I used to go there all the time, right? When we have money, I'll be able to do the same thing because I can go in there and buy me an expensive latte or whatever that I want, frappuccino, right? And that's it. They can't tell me nothing, like I'm Gucci. Like my whole deal, like that's the thing. I don't have time for folks that talk behind my back. I could care less. You don't know nothing about me. See, that's the whole point. Like doing all that stuff, that's petty. I'm a grown man. And that's what folks don't understand. Like they expect me to be on some petty stuff, and that's what I don't get about down here. They'll try to talk about you like I'm them. I'm way astronomically ahead of you in life, all of you. If you work at Starbucks, I'm astronomically ahead of you in life. I mean, I own billions in equity. I own buildings. I got access to buildings worth billions of dollars. So that's why I don't get where does this even come from about always trying to talk about one guy because whatever your thing is, or because I'm not from here, like I'm not what I am. Like they said the same thing when I was driving a Porsche. Like, we don't know how you got it. Oh, what does that mean? Look at me. I look exactly like who would have it. I'm literally the eccentric billionaire. I was the only self-made trillionaire ever existed. I look like a millionaire. Literally, I do. I'm the best looking dude God ever created. Are you serious? Look better than all you women. So what do you mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, people talk, but it's like, that's fine. But if you're gonna say something, at least have it make some sense. If you're gonna say something, at least understand that I'm gonna respond. And when I respond, right, you're gonna have to deal with it. It's just that simple. I could care less. You're gonna have to deal with my answer, whether you like it or not. So at the end of the day, right? Like I said, every day I do the same thing. I do the same routine. I don't worry about other folks, as you see, right? That's what I'm saying. Let folks do their thing. You see, they let me be. They let me do my thing. That's cool. That's all I ask for. All I ask for in this country is something that I don't ask for, which is just freedom, civil rights, civil liberties. I follow the rules. I do what I need to do. Don't bother nobody. I get my own privacy, my own time, my own space, and I'm working 24 hours a day. I have to work. I don't have a choice. I'm going to exercise my freedom, all of it. I'm going to walk where I want. I'm going to talk how I want. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to stand on business. And everything I do is to help people. I've helped everybody out here a ton. You know what I mean? Like I said, I paid over 8,500 in land taxes. I've paid bills for years. These people act like I'm just talking. Like, that's what I'm saying. They want to invalidate and dismiss reality, but they can't. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I've worked my entire life. I earned the right to have my walk time. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. I mean, it might sound funny. I mean, it's cool. I'm 36 years old, bro. I'll be 40 in 4 years and I age backwards. I want my walk time. Like, real talk. It's like being in jail and you want your phone call. I mean, it's just life, and I sure as hell have enjoyed mine and I've lived life to the fullest, and I literally have no regrets, and I'm living life right, man. I'm doing things the right way. People would have even told me. You know what I mean? They've told me, people who I didn't agree with their decisions or the way they act or anything they do. You know what I mean? People have told me, like, everybody aspires to live like that, to be happy. You know what I mean? To enjoy life. And when people, strangers, notice that already and have to say that, I mean, that's a big thing. Like, yeah, I just enjoy life, man. That's what life is. It's a celebration every day, and I'm gonna celebrate it no matter what. If I was in Rikers Island, for whatever, a couple of months, and not that it'll ever happen, but I'm just saying, if I was, I would still try to enjoy my life every day. I'm never gonna just sit there and be unhappy. There's no purpose in that. You understand? I've been through periods of time in different places where I'm real sad and stuff. I mean, that's just a fact of life. That's just something you can't get away from. But I worked through it. You know what I mean? I derived and created my own inspiration. Hell, when I was in jail, like I said, you know what helped me in jail? Seriously, real talk. Number one, playing cards helped me a lot. It passed the time. It was the only thing that helped me. I look forward to playing that game. I can't even remember how to play it now because it's been too long. But that game they showed me, I never stopped playing it for a while. Um, but what really helped me was getting the notepad and the pen, and then I started writing out the whole Batman thing, and then that's kind of how all this derived and came to be, which is really cool. So, I want to do one more lap. I think there's spiders and stuff out here, but there's tons of bugs out here. It's kind of country. You just got to get used to it. That's what I do. But you know, that's the thing too. Like, people don't understand. Like, all y'all take these things for granted. Like, y'all have nice environments, bro. Y'all don't have to deal with all this nonsense. Like, when I get back in a normal environment where, like, I'm in the city, like I'm in the city and I don't have to worry about all this insect stuff and mosquitoes and nonsense. Like, seriously, like, Austin doesn't have these problems. It ain't this bad at all. I used to walk out of Austin at night. It was like a video game almost. Like, everything is just okay. I don't know how to explain it other than the corruption, other than the fact they start following you around and tracking you, and and they're all concerned about you, and they do the same tactics, which is illegal and they shouldn't be doing, stuff like that. Like every time I go up to Austin, they do it again. Like I think they have an understanding of who I am, and I think someone tells them to do it, but at the same time, they kind of let me be and leave me alone because they can't do anything because I'm doing everything right. So that's the thing. What I've learned is if you don't give this system an excuse, they can't move on you. They can't. They can't advance. As long as you keep it talking, you can say whatever you want, bro. As long as you keep it talking and vocal and verbal, as long as you don't do anything crazy, you good. Like seriously, you fine. They can't do anything off talking, bro. They can't. They can pretend in front, but there's nothing they can really do. It's freedom of speech, But if you do something crazy, like Mr. Jackson's son, now you got this whole situation. Y'all ain't listening. I think the Austin Metcalf thing, I think somebody was paid to do that. And they just said that I think they actually did get over $500,000 or something crazy, okay, to do this stuff. I wonder if that person is like watching me on live. But yeah, they got like over $500,000, and I heard that the mom or something spent the money or something, which makes sense. And probably didn't even care, about, well, his name's Carmelo Anthony, conveniently, which is kind of funny too in numerology, because you had the basketball player Carmelo Anthony, right? You don't think that there might be a purpose for that, the synchronicity? These people use numerology, man. They study the Kabbalah. Okay. They do this stuff according to astrological alignment, what they did with Prince, what they did with Robin Williams. And that's why I tell y'all that we operate above the feds because, well, we really do, whether they like it or not. And they can't stop nothing I'm doing because it's all an idea. So, like I said, I'm actually the guy who can step in and save lives. I can save rappers because these rappers, you see what's happening. They doing it all the time. The feds is who's doing that. It has to be CIA and feds. It has to be. So when I say I operate above the feds, how is that not real? That is real. So, like I said, these rappers, they can hire me as their security too. But like we're really like top-notch security. It don't get no better than Batman. Seriously, I mean, you have Batman, bro. Like, and if I was somebody's security, like if I was a rapper's security, I wouldn't do it the way that y'all do. I wouldn't always just walk around with them. I'd be in the surroundings. Like, let's say I was doing security for Daniel Larson, right? I wouldn't stand right in front of Daniel Larson. I would wait like in the shadows. I'm just being honest. And this is a real thing. Any of these people, celebrities, whoever can hire me as their security. And I would wait. That way I can see who's moving and who's advancing. So when they send these Masons with their Skull and Bones t-shirts, I pay attention to everything that weigh like 60 pounds soaking wet. I'd be able to, if I was a security, I'd be able to intercept and I'd be right there in front of them before they knew it. See, you all don't get it. You all have been yapping a lot, but I've had all this time to think. See, you don't get it. I don't play. I just get right to the issue. You understand? So, like I said, that's the difference is people already know what it is, just like they know out here is a no-fly zone. But see, when I said it, it really enacted and is real. Just like God said, there's basically an order of protection he placed over me. That's what God did. Because God loves me. I'm the son of God. I'm God's son, and I'm too precious of an asset. I think even the government, maybe the feds and CIA, FBI, I'm pretty sure that they're surveilling. I'm pretty sure that they do use unmarked vehicles to follow me in Austin. They might be protecting me. Hell, I don't know. But I doubt it. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that they've seen my worth and my value. And I'm pretty sure somebody somewhere in some high up office, which is not really high up, they don't have any power. It's all fake. Let's get real. But their assumed power, we'll say that, in the system, in the matrix, right? It's all fugazi fake anyway, but it has a purpose. It has its place. My point is somebody in an office somewhere, I can almost guarantee is saying, yeah, y'all need to make sure, like, just keep an eye, like make sure he's good, because that dude right there is something special. Like I'm pretty sure that the government, as much as they pay attention to, I'm sure they've come across me by now. And I'm sure they look at my channel and just look and monitor and be like, yeah, this is crazy, man. Like, we've never seen, I mean, in the history of time almost, I've never witnessed someone like me. I don't give myself enough credit. I'm real hard on myself every day, and that's how I got this far. But I should right now. I mean, I'm giving myself credit right now. I mean, what I do, even with the training, that's the thing. People be like, working out. It ain't working out. I enact this stuff. I train because I do the real thing. I've been doing the real thing, like I said, for going on 3 years. Never stopped. I just tried to focus more on the training to get away from any nonsense because that's conducive for our environment. And I think it was a great adjustment. Personally, I think that it's working very well. It just means that, instead of leaning into it, I'm walking away in a lot of sense because I've already accomplished what I needed to. Crime rates were lowered. I already helped everybody. I already changed everything. There's nothing left for me to do. Nothing. So I did such a good job that I don't need to do it anymore. So it's more, I just walk where I walk, I go where I go, and I try to preach and talk about God. You know what I mean? But, don't get it confused. Batman is very real, and I just work really quickly. I accomplish a lot because I move in a vibration of love. Like I keep telling you, it's a frequency and we're vibrational beings. That's the thing. I was meant to shake things up here. I was born to stand up to this corrupt government. I was born to stand up to these corrupt establishments. I was born to stand up to all y'all. And I did. I'm just fulfilling my purpose. You know what I mean? Like I'm probably not even of this world, so I'm here visiting and I'm an angel and I'm here to do what I need to do. And I don't look at that. I look at that like the earth and world is my home. You know what I mean? Like I'm here to stay. This is all me, but I have noticed that in my whole life I definitely have been different. I just always was like the star. I don't know. Even in high school I was the star basketball player. I used to have like girls arguing over me and stuff, believe it or not. And I mean, I don't know. I just always excelled. I always was kind of like the general. I miss high school, man. Honestly, I do miss like when I was in Florida and Tarpon Springs. Like it was a fun time for me. It was cool because of that, because I was like the basketball star and I had just shown up to their school, so I was brand new. So everybody in Florida was like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Texas." And they're like, "Oh, that's cool." So they all liked me because of that. You know, not because of just that, but they never met too many people from Texas, and I have an accent and stuff, so it just worked out. And it was a Greek town, so it was cool. The Spongers, I remember the mascot and everything, like the logo. It's pretty cool. It was like a scuba diver guy in the actual like the hard suit though. Pretty cool little city, man. It's pretty out here too. It's pretty out there too. You know, I don't know. I always liked the vibe out there. It was different. Like there's something about the air out there. I don't know. Things just feel nice. It's not like here. Like here's okay, but it's different. Like in Florida out there, like in Tarpon Springs, you just feel good. I don't know. It's like the human spirit is more alive in Florida. I don't know why people say stuff about Florida, man. Florida's super cool. Florida has never bad news me. Every time I went out there, I felt free. Even going through Cape Coral and the retirement communities, like I saw some stuff I didn't like. I had a couple of issues, but I just pushed through everything. And overall, all in all, people in Florida are pretty cool, man. I'm getting these things pulling up on these reels now about New Orleans because I could tell that my phone listens to like everything I say. Because anytime I'm talking with Christina about something or what I type, it's like collecting data on everything because it starts talking about what I'm talking about. So I work out, it sends me workout videos. So like they definitely have a system that reads everything you're doing. And that's what I'm saying. That's like this company. I want to make sure that people know what's going on. I believe that this is the tangible name of one of the companies. There may be several. That's what I'm telling you. There's companies we don't even know about that work with the government. How is that fair? You're doing all this surveilling, you're doing all this stuff that technically is illegal. Let's get real. I mean, you don't have permission to do that. No, you don't. And then they say, oh, you agreed to the terms. How? No, you didn't. That's a lie. We didn't agree to any terms. You can't just agree to terms. When? Where? Like, I never signed no contract, so no, I didn't agree to terms. See, they be saying things, but they're not proven. And this is all I'm saying. That's what the government does. That's what all these companies do. They try to pull the wool over your eyes, and then they try to dismiss real quick. Like, okay, let's tell him whatever, and then get him out of here, get him out of the room, because he caught us, and he knows what we're doing. I'm telling you the truth. That's what all these companies do. So why would I hold back or feel anyway because you want to guilt trip me for catching you all committing crimes every day? You all take money from the public and people like me every day. I've had enough. You know how many times I've had to be on the phone with companies and let them know what time it is? And you know how many times they've tried to do the same thing? Play victim, act like whatever, bro. I've done it like with 20, 30 companies plus at least. Probably more than that. What? No, I've said all sorts of crazy things. And no, I'm good. I'm Gucci. Trust me. You know what I mean? No, I'm telling you reality, bro. What you people is doing is wrong and God sees. You know what I mean? God's wrath is upon you. That's 100% facts. It's definitely how I feel. And that's what it is. And it's reality. And no, that's exactly what's going to happen. God's wrath. You know what I mean? God ain't playing. No, I got tired of seeing it recently. I'm tired of seeing these illegal call centers with a bunch of people that ain't even from this country or from America. Like, bro, everything you doing is illegal. Who is you people? Where did you come from? Like, what? And that's what I'm saying. Like, you all really can't see and read the silver lining. I gotta spell it out for you. Come on, bro. We making a stand against all them illegal call centers, all these different little fake businesses here that are just a bunch of peon peasants. That's what y'all are, wage slaves, barely trying to get by, living paycheck to paycheck, and you're doing the work of the devil. You're doing evil bidding. So no, it's not pretty when I talk to you because I'm the son of God and you're demons. How do you think that's gonna go? I gotta spell it out for you. You know what I mean? Like, what is you talking about? That's what I'm saying. These folks, they act like, oh well, maybe we can scare them into submission. Maybe we can use every tactic you can. Maybe they remind me of that guy in the Jason Bourne movie that's always in that office, the CIA office giving orders. That's exactly what they're like. When Pamela Landy tells them enjoy your egg whites, when she puts them in his place, the corrupt one, the evil one, they're all, and you notice they're all corrupt. Every movie has talked about and exposed and proven that your government is corrupt, CIA is corrupt, FBI is corrupt, feds are corrupt, all of them. And it's shown that they're all the biggest criminals, even the reality in the court cases. Bro, the feds can literally audit whoever they want. They tell the actual government, if you audit us, we will literally affect the economy completely. We'll shut everything down. That's what they say. This is a nation of criminals. That's what people don't understand. You're in the middle of a criminal, but America is a criminal enterprise. It's just that you have your petty criminals who suck at what they do and can't think ahead or at a higher level because they're not the brightest crayon in the box. That's the truth. That's why I look at petty criminals and I laugh. I look at people who think they're criminals or thugs and I laugh because you don't understand that the president is a much bigger criminal than you. Like seriously. And yeah, he's soft, but yet he's doing way more than you. And I'm not bragging. I'm not saying that's what you should do at all. You know what I mean? You should definitely do the opposite, and they're all wrong. But I'm just saying, these politicians, the biggest criminals walking around. I mean, you got guys that think they thugged out and look at it a different way and think they're tough if they do this and that, like what they do in the military. I mean, George Bush is responsible for more of that than anybody. He's one of the biggest criminals in all of history, one of the biggest crooks. I mean, it ain't gangsta. I mean, he's living in fear and he's evil. Yeah, like I said, they got birthed by Lister Crowley. The whole Bush family, the demons, they're demonic. So you have a demonic system, which is the corporate structure. You already did everything you did to me my whole life behind closed doors. Carly Fiorina paying people off allegedly, but we all know what happened. All these setups I survived. These people have been trying to silence me and get me up out of the picture literally my entire life, and you think I'm not going to stand, and you think when I show up and I come back as I'm doing now and I resurrect literally, well, okay, when I resurrect literally, you think that I'm coming in a pretty sense? You think I'm coming to play? What did you people do to me? You forgot? We talk about it all the time on here. Like, what? No, no, no. That's what time it is. It's a time of retribution. You understand? It's a time of true justice. You understand? Nah, what you people did, unforgivable. It's even in the reading, divine confirmation. God's wrath is upon you. All of you, though. All of you people who type in that email, all you people who can't just carry a coherent conversation and talk to human beings like me with respect. But when you come for me, that's fine. God come for you. Just remember that. I don't have to lift a finger with nobody. I don't worry about nothing. Y'all don't seem to get it. I'm in the middle of real spiritual you know what that these folks started, and they are losing. They are taking loss after loss after loss. You wanted this challenge. You asked for it. You begged for it, in fact. Kept pushing the issue. A lot of people tried to act tough online, and then you're sustaining losses. And I'm just sitting here with no reaction saying, you asked for this. Don't start spiritual, you know what, with a spiritual emperor, an emperor in the spiritual realm, and expect to walk away and everything be all good. That's just common sense. You started with, you challenged the authority of the spiritual, the emperor in the spiritual realm. That's who I am. I have ghosts. I've got entities. I've got spirits that will ride for me if I command them. You feel what I'm saying? Go get them. There's your command. Right now. Not playing. Don't hold back. Just like I said the other day. Is that not what's happening? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So corrupt officials are getting arrested every day and everything ruined for them for no reason? You don't think that's the work of God? You're silly. You all don't know what's going on here. See, this is the thing. Folks is talking, but you have to understand how much these people have come for me while they hide. You have to understand how many coward tactics they've actually used. All the things that have been said to me. You couldn't even comprehend. Okay? No. These people have done a lot. Okay? A lot. So much that I'm losing track. And they never stop. And they think that they're proving a point. You're not. You're just doing it to yourself. The only point you ever proved is that God is real and you're weak. Keep it up. Don't stop. Thought I told you that we won't stop, because I'm going to tell you what. I'm not stopping. But what I'm doing. That's what them narcs say. Stop. That's what them fake girlfriends will tell you. Stop. Stop what? Saying the truth? Like, so there's something wrong with any human being that is against the truth. I mean, we don't need to get along. We're not supposed to. We really don't. No. It's just the thing. They want to be, oh, we're about tolerance. You're about convenience. You're not tolerating anything. I want to sit there and repeat people's words. Yeah, I know. Well, your nonsense is what I'm not tolerating. That's what I told you. Don't ever repeat my words to me, bro. Find something to do. I don't need to go get a real job. Feel me? They're such a joke, bro. Like I said, all that empty, idle statements they make, and ain't nothing happened still. Because I told you, I'm in the right. I know everything I'm doing. And they play games. Like, nah, bro, if you just keep on pushing an empath, yeah, that empath's gonna get you what you want. I don't have to justify it. You're trying to set little things. I know what you're doing. The same thing they did with Jesus Christ. Like I said, set whatever for me. I'm gonna walk right into it and give you what you want. And seriously, I'm telling you straight up, until you learn to stop playing with me. Now, what did Mr. Jackson's son say? I'm tired of people playing with me. See, that's what these folks do now. Y'all created some kind of weird dichotomy, but people don't come out here and play them games. Straight up, y'all do not come out here and talk like that. None of you. And you never will. People in reality ain't playing. You got to talk to us right. It ain't even an option. And when you don't, yeah, people get out of character. People get busy real quick. That's reality. Welcome to reality, Hoss. You ain't never been in the hood? What you talking about? I'm supposed to feel the way you do? I'm supposed to not be proud of myself because I'm from the hood and I'm a real dude? What? It's the weirdest thing I ever said. Like, if somebody talk crazy to me, good luck. Straight up. Good luck. You're going to need it. Me? I don't care who you are. That's the same rules in the street. What do you mean? See, that's why Pac said, man, these people in these companies, all these places, they worse than the people on the street. Because they are. No, it gets more devilish, more satanic, more evil, and more cowardly the higher you go up the ladder. That's why what y'all don't understand what I'm doing. It's like Pac said. He said, what I'm doing is destroying them. He said, I know what I'm doing is destroying them. Every time I speak, I want the truth to come out. It is what it is. I'm the mind that Tupac said. He said, I will spark the brink of the mind that will change the world. He said, I'm not saying I'm going to change the world. He said, I'm saying that I will spark the mind that will change the world. He was talking about Tyree Sneed. God had must have spoke to him and told him that. Said, you're going to give divine inspiration to the next one. In that movie with Jesus Christ, he says, literally, he says, no, there's a helper that comes here and really proves the truth, brings the truth to the world about God. I think that's who I am. I think Jesus Christ taught about me. I really do. You can look at me and see I'm not playing. I truly believe I know I'm the center character of all history. It's not in my mind. You're seeing it in front of you. I truly believe that Jesus was here on this planet teaching about me way before I was ever born. It's right there in the film. He says word for word, he literally says, uh, there's a helper that comes and he'll teach the world the truth about what God is, about God. That's what I'm doing. And that's why I see it for what it is. I see why the demon had to possess people around me. I see why the devil had to send these legions of demons to try to stop me. I see what it is. I can't even imagine when I was born all the commotion that was going on, because it's the same thing with Jesus Christ. When look at what they tried to do with him when they found out there's going to be a son born that's the Messiah. He's going to change the world, and you think that these evil folks want a Messiah around that's going to stop them? Not just stop them, but completely defeat them. The truth is, that's what my job is here to do, is to stop you and completely put a stop and end to all this nonsense. That's what I was born to do. I'm your worst nightmare. I'm your reckoning. I'm going to sit here and sugarcoat it for you. I think you know what I was born to do. All of you. Yeah, I ain't got to say it. You know what it is. You know exactly what it is. So I wasn't put on this planet to coexist with Satanists. We don't tolerate Satan in this country, and we ain't playing about nothing. Now back up. That's what you'll do. All of you. Promise you. I don't care who you is. I don't care where we at. Feel that, cuzzy? Like I said, you hearing the mob, and like I said, the mob runs this country and runs the world, and all these other folks, they just run their mouth, yapping. Feel me? That's about it. I say, keep your faith in God, man. God is real. Feel me? This is America. You understand? And we're going to remind you every day, like we've been doing, what America is. You know what I mean? Real talk. That's my job. I know exactly why I was put here on this planet. You understand? And y'all, honestly, all these people, all of them, these evil folks, these Satanists, all these evil people, y'all are just sitting ducks. That's the real truth. You might as well quack for me. That's exactly what y'all are. What do you mean? Sitting there, oh, he's out of character. He shouldn't be talking like that. I'm sorry, but what? I serve one purpose, brother. You know what I mean? I'm everything that you fear for a reason. And God told me to become everything I'm supposed to be. I'm not here to play. I ain't come to play. I'm Achilles reincarnated and I'm Leonidas reincarnated. You figure it out. You understand? I'm not here to play. I'm not here to be cute. You're lucky I even talk to you human beings. Seriously, you're lucky I even acknowledge you people. Okay? We're not every human being has the same life mission. This is what they don't get. They want to talk about money but don't have any success. Who cares? I am a warrior for God. Do you know what warriors do? They don't play. They don't sit down at computers. Not all of us are scared of different results in life. Not all of us are scared to actually do the real thing and be about something. No, we don't have to live in fear because you do. See, I've been doing this my entire life. I was born in this. This is what I do. I'm what I am. Like Achilles said, I chose nothing. I was born and this is what I am. It's the truth. I look for moments of peace in the midst of all this. That's what Christina brings me. That's about it. That's the truth about me. I serve one purpose. I serve one function, and I'm damn good at it. Ain't nobody better. You feel me? I'm not nice. I'm not a teddy bear. I look cute. Don't get it twisted. That's the whole point. The whole point of it, why God made me the way I am, is just like they say in Twilight, the vampire talking about it's all meant to lure you in. I'm this good looking for a reason. I shine and glow like this for a reason. Like, yeah, God knew what he was doing when he created me. I'll tell you that straight up. You know what I mean? I know what my purpose is. I know what the hell I am. Maybe you all don't. Maybe you can't look in the mirror and come to peace in terms of what the hell you are, but trust me, I know what I am. I know exactly what I am. And don't get it wrong. I'm a great guy. I'm a good dude. And I'm a man of God. But I also know the spirit within me and I know who and what I am. And it ain't nothing to play with. Okay? Real talk. You understand? See, so you folks want to talk on here. That's my whole point. If we was having this conversation in person, it'd be way different because I'd be able to talk freely and tell you what it is. See, that's the thing. That's why I told these folks on here and elsewhere, hey, come talk to me in person direct so I could tell you what it really is. You're talking to the mob, bro. See, folks is funny, man, but you see me walk freely, do everything. I'm free, I'm good, I'm Gucci every day, and I always will be. And you see me talk the way I'm meant to talk. You see me being myself. That's power. So, no, I'm pretty sure, not pretty sure, I'm positive that the whole world knows how I get down. You know what I mean? I think I've proven that more than enough times. I think that I've set many examples, millions, and I think that people know what it is. I'm a million and oh in the street, cuzzy. What are you talking about? I don't come to play, bro. Anywhere I'm at, understand it's real as hell. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. People be too busy with this fake judgment, man. Judge a job application. That's what all y'all need to do. Y'all ain't gonna never catch up to me. Ever. In any regard. And I'm a gangster from the street. How in the hell did a gangster from the street out hustle all you regular suburban folks? That's embarrassing, bro. You know what I mean? So, like I said, maybe Sears is hiring. You know what I mean? Go work there. And if people is feeling some way about the things I say, you need to realize it's if the shoe fits, wear it. I mean, you can't sit there and be taking everything like that. And that's the problem with a lot of so-called women. Like, bro, I'm a public speaker, man. You know how many things I done said on these waves, on these internet waves? Tons of stuff, bro. I don't regret nothing. And I stand on all of it. It was all true. Like that's the thing people don't get. I don't backpedal. Everything I tell you, I mean 100%. You could get me in court. I'd get right on the stand and say I meant every word, and I'll say it again if you'd like, right now in front of your face. And people would just be like, "What? Look at what he just said!" Like, "Oh, that's crazy." To pick a position and stand on it, to know who the enemy is, to know who you are and how you get down. That's not crazy. You're crazy. That's the whole point. All of you, literally, all these folks, they're clinically insane. They ain't talking about nothing. Like I said, we gonna get this money, man. We up over $96. We gonna get this next check built, and we gonna keep this show on the road. It's not my first rodeo, and that's it, man. Like I said, I run the streets, have all the power in the world. Like I said, all I need is the money, man. I need payment, man. If y'all gonna offer me a position and all this stuff that's coming out in the readings and everything, and I mean, when? I mean, I'm tired of being stagnated for no reason. Like, I need funds. I need money. I need funding. I need electric scooters, electric bikes, mini motorcycles. I need to get this rolling. Like, that's what I'm trying to explain. Like, it just don't make no sense, bro. People could have been done, put me on, right? I've never struggled. I've never been stagnated. I've done everything on my own my entire life. I've been on my own since 16 years old. And all I'm asking and saying, and I have no problem asking, that's what I'm supposed to do. What? A grown man admits when he needs help and asks for help, right? I just took on everyone in one. I was targeted by the system for making too much money and being too rich. I stood up to corruption. It developed this as a career and built all this stuff. God built all this and built me. It all makes perfect sense and it's worked out perfectly. Okay. I can't have finances when people have had me start over time and time again, right? I have to rebuild those finances. Why doesn't someone in the public or people or groups with money help me and say, we're going to fund you so that you can do what you're doing on a higher level? We already know you know what you're doing. See, if you fund me, I never listen to you. You don't tell me what to do. This is my business. I'm Batman. I'm the CEO. I make the decisions. Okay. I can hire who works for me, literally, and it'll all be my own deal because I'm not a company. See, if I go on a mission and assignment, it's just like he told the one, like Robin, like I decide whether Robin works for me or not. It's just the truth because the missions have to be done correctly. So you have to understand, I operate above the feds. I'm on a higher scale than everyone, and I keep everything an idea. I'm a genius. I know exactly what I'm doing. The only thing missing is the funding. If y'all will stop breadcrumbing and send some real money, I can get this to another level immediately. I've built the entire infrastructure. It's waiting there for the money to come. I'm not worried about nothing. I'm straight. So what are folks talking about? Like I said, man, people just need to talk in a light that reflects reality. They need to get out their feelings and understand, hey, I won, and that's it. It's that simple. Like I said, these people want to do what they do. They want to pretend. They want to get on YouTube and waste their time with their nonsense. Go ahead. I mean, look at Mr. Wofford, struggling every day, worse and worse. He's in a downward spiral. It'll never end and never stop because, like I said, he rejected God's offer and he rejected what God and what he offered through the Son of God through me. Again, you're not using the property. You can't manage that property. It's very simple. You're a grown man. Why don't you sign over the property to me like you offered and said you were going to do to the homeless and Deming? Why don't you sign it over to somebody who actually can take care of it, renovate it? I can go out there. I can get it all running myself. I don't need you. You're incapable. So again, the right thing to do, brother, the thing of God that a man of God would have done, someone with faith, which you lack and don't have, and that's not my burden to carry. That's your damn problem, right? A real man of faith and a real normal grown man would have said, hey, I'm not using this. I can't manage it. I can't take care of it. Let me allow a real man to come here and do what I never could. And I could get the whole thing running and I could help the homeless there. Everything moving. I build it all myself. So again, no, what you should be doing is nothing other than the right thing. And because you won't do the right thing, brother, you'll never be blessed. You'll never have a business. You don't. You'll never own any land. You don't. You're homeless. You'll never succeed because God will not allow you to because you're evil. And that's what it is. And that's the end of it. And I'm tired of hearing it. You understand? You're a grown man, right? Like I said, why don't you learn how to actually work? Why don't you go get a real job? Why don't you stop mooching? Why don't you stop begging every day? And then maybe you'd get somewhere. You understand? Maybe then you wouldn't have to sit there and pretend and play these games and do all this nonsense and talk fake talk, right? Maybe then you would actually know what you're doing. Maybe then you would be able to progress like me. I've got a fully functional business, Charles. I could care less how you feel. I could care less what you say. I could care less about anyone. I do what I want to do. Okay? I care about people. I do nothing but take care of people and help people. But you need to fix your mentality. And until you do, you're going to be in the same boat forever. That's what these folks do. They create their own situation. They create literally their own hell for themselves, and then they just are stuck there in limbo. That's what all y'all do. You know what I mean? Like, do what you do, bro. Like I said, Christina's already negotiated over $12,750,000. I think we're going to be over 20 million soon. We're looking at potentially 30 to 50 million. I think it's going to be over 70 million personally. I think God is going to give us so much money. It's unbelievable. I love her. She loves me. We have true love. We don't care about money. And I think he's just going to give us everything and say, go ahead and do my will and my work, and nothing is going to be able to stop me at that point because I'm going to have too much money. That's the thing. See, the only thing that could stop me at that point is making a huge mistake like what Mr. Jackson's son did. And I'm Batman, so that's the most difficult part, is that within my job, it's going to be comprised of doing a ton of real stuff, much realer than what he did. Okay. So that's going to be the difficult part. And we'll cross that bridge when we get there because we're not going to live in fear. We got to do what we got to do and we got to make a change and a difference. I know how to do things on an even keel and do things the right way. You understand? I do. And I still will make sure I protect everyone and try to take care of everything. And everything I do, you will see that it's positive, but you still have to be a man and you can't control being a man. You got to just be a man. And that's why we'll have all the money. Like I said, nope, Christina will have bail money on her at all times. You understand? And you just got to understand, I mean, a Batman who's unideable, which is the plan and the goal, okay, in completely bulletproof suits, who's proof for pretty much everything and is strong as hell, who's superhuman. I mean, how are you going to stop that when it's a righteous man of God? I'm not going out there looking for problems. I'm going out there for actual missions to do the right thing. And that's the thing. I'm not going to mislead. I'm going to stay with God's plan. And that's the hardest part I've noticed because the devil is always trying to sit there and make it something else. Oh, you want to prove you're tough for YouTube. No, that's not what I'm here for. I've already done that. People know I'm tough. I don't need to do all that crazy stuff. What I need to do is bring peace. And that's what I'm realizing and figuring out because I listen to God. What I need to do is do the right thing. What I need to do is make a difference in these streets and yes, stop things from happening, but that's it. Now, however, whatever happens in the process of that, that's out of my control, but that's why we got money because I'm going to always be able to defend myself and say, no, I'm still in the right. And what I'm doing here is a service for my community and it's to help people. And I'm making a change. Like, no, we do not, like, we control what happens on these streets now. That's what you have to understand. Legitly, Batman has the power. I give no warnings. I move and do what I want. It's a new day and age. So it's like folks would be better off listening to me and trying to work with me and learning from me than trying to go against me. If you go against me, you're just going to lose. I'm telling you right now. You go against me, you go against God. Look at TJ. He lost. Look at Mr. Walford. He lost. Look at MC You Know What King. He lost a long time ago. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Look at all the people you've named. All the exes lost. What? All of them. There ain't been nobody that's won. Hunter Langford lost. That Brian dude with Empower Network lost. Right? The other ones, David Wood, David Sharp, they lost. The church group lost, who was very disingenuous and fake, right? And evil as hell. Everything they said was a contradiction. Who won? Me. And I'm going to keep winning. You're the great Sam Gerard. Yes, I am. And you always have to win. Yes, I do. All right. I'll talk to y'all later, man. All right. Keep it real.